Hey muñecas, welcome back to my channel. For today's video, we're going to be reviewing some fun new products. And I know you guys can see by the title of the video, today we're actually going to be doing a full review on the Norvina Vol.4 palette. This palette really had me intrigued. I really wanted to get it. I loved the colors. I love pinks and purples. Like, those are my go-tos whenever I actually go for color. But to be honest, when I first saw it, I was like, I don't know if I really need it, because I do have the Norvina Vol.1, and I'm like, do I need it? Do I not? Like, are they almost the same? They looked pretty close by all the pictures that I saw online. So today we're gonna do a full review of this product. I'm gonna let you know the differences between the two, if you need both. If you don't, you're gonna see swatches, we're gonna see shadow application, we're gonna do a look, we're gonna do it all today. And also, just so you guys know, because it's part of the new collection by ABH, the Norvina Electric Cake Liners. We order a little set too, so we're going to be testing it out. And I will also give you my brief opinion about this product as well. So without any further ado, if you want to see a review from someone that actually spent their coin on this collection, then just stay with me and keep on watching. I guess the first thing that I'm going to show you is the actual package where it comes in. It's gorgeous. I mean, it's super pink and it's super Norvina. I adore it. It's really beautiful, but in reality, I mean, what are we going to do with this? We're probably just going to throw it away. But within here, we also have the ingredients made in PRC. I don't know what PRC stands for. It is vegan and cruelty-free. And it does have the expiration time of 18 months, which I would not throw away in 18 months, but that is me. Then here we have the stunning packaging. It's the same exact size as the original Vol.1, which I do want to show you guys because I did have the curiosity, or I felt like maybe I didn't need this palette because they were kind of similar from what I could see in pictures. So we're going to determine that today as well in this video. Of course, we have the gigantic mirror, and then here we have all the shades, which are stunning. I am going to include the swatches now, so you guys get the opportunity to see it. But I think that more than anything, we want to see how they react or how they perform on the eyes. Alright, so now that you guys saw the swatches, you can see how those perform. I don't know yet. I'm going to do that after I do my makeup because I didn't want the palette to look ugly for this here. I want you guys to see it, how it looks like right out of the packaging. And I do want to put it side by side to the Vol.4 so that you guys could see the difference, because I actually was very confused. I didn't know on whether or not I should buy the new one because they kind of resembled each other. But in reality, I was like, they're gonna probably be exactly the same. But in reality, you can see that they're quite different. This one is much lighter, where the original one, the Vol.1, the colors are a lot more brighter. So I want to say that this is like more pastel. Not this one, sorry. This one is like more on the pastel family. The other one is more like neon. But I mean, we do see some shadows that kind of resemble each other, but these are definitely much lighter in tones. And as you can see, pastels was the inspiration for my nails because I'm inspired by the palette. I did forget to mention that it does state that it's eyeshadows and pressed pigments, which means that some of the colors in here are not approved or not advised to be placed directly on the eyes, or not the eyes, but like the lid, you know what I mean. because they typically can stain, and for some people they can even cause some type of reaction. That has never been the case for me. I've never had a reaction to any pressed pigment. However, they do stain me from time to time, but that doesn't bother me. All right, so let's just go right into the eyeshadow. I'm gonna create a look for you guys. We're gonna be creating fun techniques and see how the eyeshadows perform on the actual eyes. I think that's the most important thing. So of course, I'm gonna begin by prepping my lids, and I'm actually using their eyeshadow base just to ensure that, you know, make sure that it works well with it. And I do have a little mini one, patting that with my beauty blender, my beauty sponge rather. This is not a beauty blender. Just to make sure that it's nicely blended. I have no clue what I want to do. But I do want to make sure that I play with the pinks, with the yellow, with the purple. Ugh, decisions. Okay, I don't know where to get started. I want to make sure that it's very, very pastel. The first shade that I'm going to pick up is decisions. Let's go with the light purple because it's a stunning color. So it is called C4. So I don't know if you guys can see, but there is a little bit of fallout there, which it doesn't bother me, but I know that for some people, it's a buying point or a selling point. So I'm gonna begin just patting this in the inner corners of the eye. That is super pigmented. Alright, so now that I have it like that, I'm gonna just begin blending a little bit. You don't have to do a lot of blending yet with this shade. I'm cleaning out my brush just so that we can start softening the edges. With another small brush, this is by Lavish and it's the eye shading brush. I'm gonna pick up the shadow E1, and again we have a little bit of fallout. And we're gonna do the same right in the center right here. Of the crease. I'm gonna begin actually dragging that just a tad, like giving a shape. Just like that. So now with the same brush, as clean as I can have it, I'm gonna begin doing a little blending on the edges. So I'm just doing little circular motion. And so far it's blending very easy. All right, so that looks very diffused right now. I'm actually gonna have to go back in and repack both of the shades, but it was pretty easy to blend. All right, so that actually blended quite nicely, and with the exception of the purple, like when I went in with a smaller brush, no, it wasn't this one, it was this one to reapply it, to re-intensify it. I felt like it wasn't packing on the color as I wanted it to the second time, but when I went in with a bigger brush, and actually surprisingly, it packed it well better the second time around. So I went ahead and cut my lids, very like angular, I think it's what that's called, like very elongated. And I want to proceed with the yellowish shadow here, the yellow D2, calling my name. And as I told you guys, I am inspired, like I want something that will kind of like go with my nails, so definitely have to dip into that color. So I'm gonna begin just patting it on the outer edge of the crease, and let's see where that takes us. As I pack that color on the outer crease, I noticed that it's looking pretty dry, but I don't think it's the shadow. I honestly think it's the base. It always happens to me that base is just way too dry, and in many cases when you try to pack a shadow, especially if it's a matte one, it dries out too much. So what I'm gonna do is instead I'm gonna take a fluffier brush so that it's more like a blend, and that way it doesn't look as dry. Alright, so that looks really dry, especially on this eye. My goodness, it's super, super dry. So I'm definitely going to clean that out anyways later. And you are only going to see a little bit of the green, yellow. So I hope that that doesn't show that much. But yeah, what I'm gonna do next is I definitely have to try some of the shimmery shadows in here, and that glitter is calling. Oops, where am I? That glitter right here, the E2, is calling my name. So first I'm gonna begin with C1 in the inner part of the lid, and then now let's go in with the glitter E2. All right, that looks gorgeous. So I also got this set of the electric cake liners. This is the one that comes with the neons, most of the neons. And I mean, even though I wanted to keep the look very pastel, it's fair for us to test them out. Oh, that is so cute. So, yep, you can definitely see that they are like in a magnet type thing. Oh, no, they're not magnet. They're actually attached together. Oh, that is so cool. I thought that they were magnets, but they are definitely attached together. So can you guys see that? Like you can move it around like that. That is pretty cute. I thought that you could just separate them, but that is cute. And then you have a little mirror right here, which is adorable. I think today I'm gonna play with the yellow just because I think it kind of goes with the look. Even though I wanted to keep it very pastel, I think that is the most pastel out of the 3 shades that we have right here. So let's do that and just line the cut crease and see how they work. I do understand that you'll have to wet your brush, so I'm going to go ahead and wet my brush now. Took a little bit of water here in this container, and I'm going to wet the brush, and let's see how that goes. Wow, that did pick up a lot of color. All right, so that was easier than I thought. Let's see how I do lining. All right, so that was actually way easier than I anticipated. And yeah, it's quite opaque. Like you don't see a see-through or anything. Like it worked pretty nicely. I only had to dip in like twice to create the entire line situation that I created. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm just gonna pop on my lashes. I'm gonna do my face, and I'll be right back to finish the rest of the eyes. So lashes on, face is on. Now we're gonna finish the bottom portion of the eyes. I am gonna go back to the lilac, the C4. With the same brush that we used. Actually, I think I used this too. Yeah, I don't know, but with this brush. All right, and I want to do the opposite, so I'm gonna place it on the outer here. Kind of like putting it together with the yellow. So with the same brush, but I cleaned it, well, dry cleaned it, I am gonna apply it to the inner portion of the inner corner of the eyes. So I'm gonna go ahead and go in with the glitter that I used again, the E2, but this time I am using this glitter from Glitter Injections because I don't want the glitter to fall all over my face. I think this is, yep, this is what I used for the glitter earlier. That is stunning. All right, so perfect. So I just need to apply some mascara, and with that, we are done with the look. I'm ready to give you my final thoughts. All right, muñecas, so the cake is on. Everything is all set and complete. I adore the look, I'm not gonna lie. It's very different. I actually added a couple of rhinestones to here and then the corners, and baby ones at the bottom where I placed the glitter, just mainly for like picture purposes so that it can shine a little bit more. But I adore the look. It's giving me like festival vibes, and yeah, that's the look. So bottom line, let's go back to the palette. Do you need the Norvina Volume, okay, I'm trying to open it. Volume 4 palette. Muñecas, I'm gonna be honest. I adore this palette. Adore it. If anything, if I had to choose between this one and this one, I think I would go for this one. And believe me, I adore the Volume 1 too. I really do. But this one, for some reason, like it really calls my name, and I feel that more people are going to gravitate towards this one than the other one, because you have a mix of vibrant shades, you have a mix of very pastel shades, you have your glitters, and then you have these tones over here that are very neutral for like every day also. So I think it's a more versatile look. I typically only use the Norvina Vol.1 whenever I want to go for like a very colorful, bright look, mainly for like Instagram purposes, or if I'm just feeling bold, right? But this one, I feel that I can actually reach for this palette every day if I wanted to. Like I can literally use this palette daily. I love it. This is a palette that I feel I can, and actually let me get closer, I can travel with it. Holy guacamole. I just pinched myself with the back portion here. My skin got stuck right here, so be careful with that. You can travel with this palette and you literally don't need anything else. This palette actually reminds me of a very beloved palette that I had that I actually donated. That was the Urban Decay. Oh my god, I can't think of the name. I will leave it somewhere here, but it was a very versatile palette similar to this one. I can't believe I forgot the name. I'm pretty sure I gave it away. But it really reminds me of that one. It came like in a, oh my god, even the packaging reminds me of it now that I'm thinking about it. But that palette I used to travel with all the time because it had colors like these, that you have your neutrals, you have your pop-up colors, you have your darker shades, like to darken up a look. Like you have pretty much everything. I mean, you don't have a black, but I personally rarely ever use a black. So in my opinion, this palette is just gorgeous. I love the fact that we have glitters. Let me go right back to the original one. Yeah, these, you did not have any glitter. So yeah, definitely I love the new one way more. I'm sorry, Norvina 1. I love you. You will forever be loved. Again, whenever I'm gonna travel for like vacation, I want a palette like that. A palette that has glitter, that has mattes, that has shimmers, that has earthy tones, that has pop of colors. So bottom line, I think I'm just repeating myself 1,000 times, but I adore this palette. I would really, really recommend it. So bottom line is, you need it in your life. You need it if you're a makeup collector, if you're a makeup addict, if you just love to play with eyeshadows and you can afford it, of course, then by all means, go get it. It's amazing. The cake liners, I love them. I love them too. Are they like the most unique thing in the world? I don't think so. I have something similar that was much more inexpensive from Tag. I purchased this one on Amazon, and it's also like a water activator color. And yes, this one is a little bit better. Like I felt that I didn't have to actually dip in the water as often than I have to with this one, but it's a pretty similar concept. So if you can afford it, if you really wanted it, yes, it performs really well, but I don't think it's something like, wow, I need it in my life. Like I could have just kept using this one and I was good to go. But with that, I'm gonna leave it up to you. I mean, if you really want them, if you were just debating on whether the quality was there or not, then yes, the quality is there for the two, for the liner and also for the palette. And you guys already, you know how I feel about this palette already. So that is it, my loves. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this review, that you enjoyed the look that I created, that it was fun and helpful. If it was, please don't forget to give me your thumbs up, subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already, hit the notification bell so that you don't miss any of my future content. I love you all, and I see you next time. Bye.